Dear students, in this video we are going to see state variable representation of digital control system, that is a discrete time system. You know what is discrete time system. So here the state variables will be represented by x1 of k, x2 of k, x3 of k and xn of k. Previous classes we have seen continuous time system. Now we are going to see the discrete time system, which is also a digital control system. Input variables, as usual, we are giving u1 of k, u2 of k, u3 of k, um of k. Output variables y1 of k, y2 of k, y3 of k. So a control system is defined by input, output and the state variables x. So when I am giving output vector, it is y1 of k, y2 of k, y3 of k. And input vector, it is y1 of u1 of k, and state variable vector is x1 of k. So when I'm writing the state variable equations, I can write that this is a function of x1 and your u, that is your input. So while writing the matrix, I'll be writing x1 of k plus 1, x2 of k plus, instead of x dot, we are writing this. So A matrix plus x1, B matrix plus u, which is given by x of k plus 1 equal to A x of k plus B u of k, where x of k is state vector and u of k is input vector, A is system matrix and B is unit matrix, input matrix. So this is your state equation. While writing the output, it is C matrix into x1 and plus D matrix into u1. So C into x of k plus D into u of k, that is x of k is equal to state vector of order n cross 1, u of k is equal to input vector, C is output matrix and D is transmission matrix. Now we are going to see this is your output equation. Now we are going to see the state diagram. So in state diagram we have three elements, that is scalar, adder, unit delay. So scalar nothing but it is a multiplication product. Adder is nothing but two input signals are added together, which is represented in block diagram and signal flow graph here. Unit delay, it's nothing but Z transformation, that is Z inverse. So it is represented in this form. So before Z inverse, it is x of k plus 1. After that, it becomes x of k. So now when I am drawing the state diagram, so this is my equation. So I'll draw u of k and y of k. So u of k is equal to x of k, so u of k plus d into u of k, which gives you y of k. So d into u of k. Now to get x of k, I can have c into x of k. Now from this d into u of k, I can multiply the input with the d. So I will get d into u of k. And then before x of k, I can add a unit delay so that x of k plus 1 becomes x of k. Now for x of k plus 1, I can add a summation which gives me a of x of k plus b of u of k. So same thing I have given here. Now to draw the same in your signal flow graph, I am dropping all the branch points and summing point as node. So this is your input and output. So it is traveling from input and output. So now I'll drop all this node, and this node will be x of k plus 1 and x of k. So between u of k and x of k plus 1, it is b. And then between x of k plus 1 x of k, it is z inverse. X of k, u of k, it is c. And from x of k to x of k plus 1, it is a. And u of k to u, it is d. So I'll drop both the things. So this is my signal flow graph and block diagram. Now I'm going to write the phase variable form, which is given by this equation, where I can expand the same equation with the help of the summation formula. Now I'm going to expand it using the Z transformation, taking Z transformation. So I'll be getting u of y of z by u of z is equal to b naught plus b1 z inverse plus b2 z inverse divided by 1 plus a1 z. I'm just rearranging it using as Mason-Gaines formulas, that is 1 minus a1 z inverse. So the below one represents the feedback path, the above one forward gain. Okay, so with the help of this, I'm going to draw the signal flow graph. So I'll you have z for an example, I'm taking for z power minus 3 alone. So I have to draw two input, that two gain, that is 1 and 1, and then 3 gains for z inverse, and then again 1 gain. Now you know that b naught is directly given to the input, so b naught, and then it is b1 into z inverse, so b1 into z inverse. B2 into Z inverse 2, so B2 into Z inverse. So forward gains are over. Now for the reverse feedback path, I need to check, that is my A1 into Z inverse 1. So I'll be writing A1 into Z inverse 1, A2 into Z inverse 2 and A3 into Z inverse 3. The final thing will be B3. Okay, so this is my point where I can write x1 of k, x2 of k is equal to x1 of k plus 1, x1 of x3 of k, x3 of k is equal to x2 of k plus 1, x3 of k plus 1 is equal to this one. So x3 of k plus 1 equal to minus a3 x1 minus a2 x2 minus a1 x3 plus u y is equal to b3 x1 plus b2 x2 plus b1 x1 plus b0 x3 of k plus 1. Instead of k plus 1, I'm going to substitute all the equation which I got, so I can get the final equation like this. Okay, so I'm going to arrange it in the matrix. So x1 of k plus x2 of k, which is given by 0 1 0 0 0 1 minus a3 minus a2 minus a1 plus 0 0 1 u, and y is given by the horizontal matrix into x1 plus x2 plus x3. So this is my phase variable form for the discrete time system, which is having three equations. Okay, I'm just giving you an example. Now we'll move on to the canonical form. You know that canonical form is represented like this, where in continuous time system it is represented using S, here it is represented using Z. So you know that C1, C2 will be the residues and lambda 1 will be the poles. So I'm taking Z outside and going to bring it to the numerator, and the denominator will become like this, which will be compared with the negative feedback path, so that we can draw the block diagram. So you know that we have seen in continuous time system. So U of k is given by Z inverse lambda 1, Z inverse lambda 2, etc. up to Z inverse lambda n. So I can summate, I can multiply with the constant C1, C2, Cn and summate it. So this is my final block diagram. And if I'm writing the equation, I can write it as minus lambda 1 x1 plus u, minus lambda 2 x2 plus u, and minus lambda 1. So y is equal to c1 x1, c2 x2, etc. up to cn xn plus b0 u. So this is my final canonical block diagram and the equations. Now I need to write the matrix, so I can write lambda 1, lambda 2, lambda 3, which diagonal matrix, which is independent of other variables, and then u, and y is equal to c1 c2 horizontal matrix into x1 x2. Same thing. The only difference is this is not a continuous system. This one is a discrete time system, so we are having x1 of k plus 1, not the time variable. So this is your canonical form. From this canonical, after that we will be having one more form, which is called as Jordan block and form. Jordan block is nothing but the same poles will be repeated. So if you see here, this will be your Jordan block, that is same poles are repeated. Okay, and then you will have this variation. So when I am drawing the block diagram, you know very well, you will have this repeated blocks like this, which will be combined together to form the summation. Okay, and then this one. Okay, so this is your transfer function. Now for finding the transfer function of discrete time system, you have to use the formula u of z. So y of z by u of z is given by c into zi minus a the whole inverse into b plus d. States transition matrix is given by a of k is equal to z inverse the whole zi minus a the whole inverse z. This z inverse is nothing but that you have to take the z transformation. So only I am giving in different z format. And controllability is the same formula what you have seen in the continuous time system. Okay, so these are the formulas. Now we are going to see how to design a feedback controller if a closed loop is given. So step 1, you need to check for the controllability and find QC inverse. Step 2, you need to find out P1 using this formula. Step 3, find out PC. And step 4, rearrange the closed loop poles equation in this format such that you can compare it and find out alpha 1, alpha 2 and alpha 3. Step 5, you have to find out lambda I minus a is equal to 0, and then you have to compare with the equation. And step 6, finally you can find out the state feedback matrix, or it is called a state feedback gain matrix. So this is the design of feedback controller for your digital control system. Okay, so we will see problems in that. So the first one, transfer function, they have given you a, b, c, d. They are asking you to find the transfer function. You know the equation, that is y of z is equal to c into zi minus a, the whole inverse b plus d. So I'm writing zi minus a here. So this gives you z minus 2, 1 minus 3, z minus 3. So when I'm taking the inverse, I'll be getting the del as z square minus 3z plus 1, and then the cofactors will be z minus 1 minus 1, 3, z minus 2. Now I need to multiply it, so I'm multiplying it with this one. So finally I'll be getting 7z minus 6 divided by z square minus 3z plus 5, which will be added with 3. I need to take the LCM. So after taking the LCM, I'll get the final equation as 3z square minus 2z plus 9 divided by z square minus 3z plus 5. So this is my transfer function. So this is the final solution for the given problem. Okay. Now we will see next one, a discrete time system. They have given you, they are asking you to find out the canonical form and also the state transition matrix. So this is the question they have given you. First you need to take the z transform and with zero initial condition. So k plus 2 is defined by z square yz, 5z into y of z, 6 into y of z, and u of z, which is equal to u of z. So when I'm taking the transfer function, I'll be getting 1 by z square plus 5z plus 6, which is represented by z plus 3 into z plus 2. So here, take the partial fraction. So finally, you will get a is equal to minus 1 and b is equal to 1. So I'll substitute it. Now I'll draw the block diagram. So this is my block diagram where lambda is 3 and multiplication factor is minus 1 and 1. So I'm not going to give 1 as a block, minus 1 I'm going to give as a block, and then this is the summation. So this is the final canonical block diagram. And then you will get x1 of k plus 1, x1 of k, x2 of k plus 1, x2 of k. So x1 of k plus 1, you can write it as minus 3x1 plus u, and x2 of k plus 1 minus 2x2 plus u, and y is equal to minus x1 plus x2. So this is the formula. And then the equation, after finding the equation, you have to write it in matrix. So x1 of k plus 1, x2 of k plus 1 is equal to minus 3, 0, 0, minus 2, x1, x2 plus 1, 1 into u, and y is equal to minus 1, 1 into x1, x2. So a is equal to minus 3, 0, 0, minus 2, b is equal to 1, 1, and c is equal to minus 1, 1. D is not there, so d is equal to 0. So this is the canonical form for the given thing. Now we need to find out the state transition matrix, which is given by the formula AK is equal to Z inverse Zi minus A the whole inverse into Z. So first let me find out Zi minus A. So which is it is given by Z plus 3, 0, 0, Z plus 2. So Zi minus A the whole inverse is given by the del, that is z plus 2 divided by z plus 3, z plus 2. So z plus 2, z plus 2 get cancelled. So I will get finally 1 by z plus 3, 0, 0, 1 by z plus 2. Okay. So I need to find out the z transformation for this one. So z transformation for a given matrix, I have multiplied with z, and then I am going to find out the z transformation. So that is z of z plus a is given by whole of minus a the whole power k. You know the formula. So I am writing it as minus 3 of the whole power k and minus 2 of the whole power k. So this is my transition matrix. No need of including your u of k. Okay. So this, as per the formula, you will be getting a u of k, that is not needed in the transition, this matrix, that is state matrix. So this is your state transition matrix. Okay. Now we will see the design of feedback controller. So the problem is given like this. They are asking us to design a feedback controller with a closed loop plus minus 2, minus 1, plus or minus j. First you write from the problem, I can write A is equal to this one and B is equal to this matrix. So step 1, you know, we have to check for the controllability. So QZ equal to B, AB, A square B. So AB into A square B. So we need, first I have found AB, then I am going to find A square B, and then QC is equal to this one. So this is controllable. Why? Because I can get my value as QC is equal to minus 1000. So it is rank is around 3. Rank is 3 and also the determinant is not equal to 0. So this is controllable. So I'm finding QZ inverse, which you will get minus 0 0.6, 0 0.3, 0 0.1, minus 0 0.3, 0.10 and 0.100. So this is my step 1. Next step 2, we need to find out P1 and P1A, P1A square. So P1 QZ invert into 001. So you'll get 0.100. P1A you'll get 0.10. P1A square 0.1. So while combining all the three to write your PC, you'll be getting PC is equal to P 0.100, 0.10, 0.1. So step 4, I need to find out the equation. So you know minus 2 minus 1 plus or minus j is my poles. So substitute in this. So lambda 1 plus 2, lambda plus 1 plus j and lambda plus 1 minus j is equal to 0. Finally, you can form the equation like this. Lambda cube plus 4 lambda square plus 6 lambda plus 4 equal to 0. Compare with this equation so that I'll get alpha 1 equal to 4, alpha 2 equal to 6, alpha 3 equal to 4. Okay. Now, next I have to go for step 5. So find lambda IA minus A equal to 0 and find out A1, A2, A3. So I'll put lambda IA minus A is equal to 0. So I'll put A here. So I'll find lambda minus I minus A. So I'll be getting lambda cube plus 3 lambda square plus 2 lambda equal to 0. When I'm comparing with this equation, I can get A1 equal to 3, A2 equal to 2 and A3 equal to 0. So I have found alpha and A1. So I'll write this. Now step 6, I'm the final step. We are going to find the state feedback matrix. So state feedback matrix, state feedback gain matrix is found by IA1 and alpha 1. So KF and PC. So KF is equal to 4 minus 0, 6 minus 2, 4 minus 3 into PC. So 4, 4, 1 into PC. So finally I'll get the matrix as 0 0.4, 0 0.4, 0 0.1. Thank you, students. With this, we are completing this unit.